The events happening in 2023 have really changed what it means to be a prepper and has turned a whole lot more into preppers. I'm going to teach you what events you need to be prepping for and how to be prepared for them. The event most likely to happen this year is food shortages. Preparing for food shortages is the best way to start prepping because all you have to do every time you go grocery shopping, you just buy a little bit extra food. You can also go the more expensive route and buy freeze-dried foods from companies like ReadyWise with a 25-year shelf life. Of course, you need to keep in mind that you need to be buying non-perishable foods like canned foods, rice, beans, flour. Honey is one of the best foods to get because it does not expire, but you need to be getting raw, unfiltered honey. Every time I go grocery shopping, I spend about $20 extra on food that I'm just going to set to the side. Try and make it your goal to set up a pantry to where you're cycling through all of your canned foods and rices and beans, whatever food you may have. You want to cycle through it to where it does not expire and you're using all of it. Start with having a 4-week supply of food, and then you upgrade that to 2 months, and then to 6 months, and then a year, and so on and so forth. If you're worried about proteins or meats, you can go to companies like Idaho Prep Co. and buy their pre-made jerky. Great quality, great taste. I highly recommend them. The next 2 things are power outages and water advisories. In the case of a power outage, you need to be able to make your own power, whether it be a generator, solar power, or maybe you're even using your car. If you have fridges or chest freezers, you need to have a generator to where you can keep those running because you never know how long a power outage is going to last. Your best bet for this is going to be a dual fuel generator because whether you only have gas or propane, you can keep your appliances running. A dual fuel generator is something that I do not have and I really need to get soon. Once you have your generator though, then you need to start thinking about heating and cooling. If you live somewhere hot, you need to be able to cool yourself with, say, like some sort of AC unit, or if you live somewhere cool, you need to keep yourself hot. Just as likely nowadays as a power outage, water advisories happening all the time over America. I keep this 275-gallon tank filled with water and I keep it treated with bleach. Of course, you may not have $200 or $300 to spend on one of these. You can always get 55-gallon drums, or you can buy flats of water to keep in your garage. I am super cheap, so I save water bottles and I refill them and then I store them away in a cool place. Everything happening with all the hazmat spills, having water that you can drink safely is extremely important. Your third priority should be large-scale hazmat spills. With so many chemical transporting trains and trucks crashing all over right now, hazmat protection is so important. There's only one way to protect yourself from hazmat and deadly toxins, and that is going to be your hazmat suits and masks. Respirators and gas masks will save your life. There's a tons of different kinds, from respirators to organic chemicals to CBRN. Respirators will only work for some things, so make sure you do your research on that and see what they're good for. And then, of course, organic chemical filters, they're only good for so much, but they tell you on the filter what they're good for. Take a screenshot of this, just stay here on the video for a second and read that. And then CBRN, that is your top-of-the-line filter. They'll protect you from pretty much anything, all the way up to radiation particles in the air from nuclear fallout. If you're in close quarters to a hazmat spill and you do not have any sort of hazmat suit, I guarantee you have these 3 things: a shower curtain, some duct tape, and some rubber gloves. It may not protect you 100%, but it's going to be the next best thing. You wrap this around your body, duct tape it, and put on the gloves and duct tape those to the suit. If you want to buy chemical protection, you can go to Parcel Safety. They have great quality products, from masks to hazmat suits to filters, the whole shebang. Go check them out. I also have a promo code to get 20% off right here. Priority number 4 is natural disasters. Hurricanes, earthquakes, forest fires devastate the world every year. A natural disaster is where you're most likely going to be using your bug out bag, so you need to have one ready. My last video that I posted here on YouTube, I actually explained and showed everything in my bug out bag and how to start one. Speaking of earthquakes, this bag used to be an Everlit Survival Earthquake Kit that I converted into my bug out bag. I have a 10% off coupon code for Everlit Survival products, so go check them out as well. If you're not bugging out in this case, you're probably going to be left without power and without water available. So that's where power outages and water advisories come in. Same thing, you need to have power and generators and water stored up. These last ones are the SHTF category events. This is where shit is really hitting the fan. The first one, civil unrest. Civil unrest, or an entire grid collapse, is where you're going to be needing a self-defense kit or just a defense kit. I'm absolutely not an expert in this type of thing. So I'm not going to tell you too much, but really I keep a trauma kit, ammunition, a knife, my mask, and then my firearms. You're going to want some sort of kit like this for all of these shit hit the fan scenarios. Event number 5 is an EMP. To prepare for an EMP, all you need to do is get yourself a Faraday can and put all of your electronics in it. The way you do this is by getting a metal trash can and some metal tape. You line the inside of the trash can with cardboard, then you put all of your electronics in, and then you seal it with the metal tape. Number 7 is enemy attack or invasion. Now, we've all seen what happens in both of the Red Dawn movies, but reality is we need to be more prepared. This is where your freedom kit comes in. Number 7, which is looking more and more likely every single day, is nuclear war and fallout. If you are outside of the blast radius, you are going to need to evacuate immediately using your CBRN equipment. This is the point where the only gear that's going to help you is CBRN rated gear. 2 things to take note of that applies to all of these 8 scenarios is creating a community of people that you can prep with and help each other in the case of an emergency, and keeping what you have a secret. Yes, you can still help people, but don't let people know that you have an entire stockpile of food, water, gear, ammunition, whatever it may be. If somebody finds out about it, you need to make a deal with them to where they're not going to tell others. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like and subscribe and let me know what you would like to see next.